Hey guys, welcome back and thanks for tuning in. This is your #1 destination for World Cup 2026 match breakdowns and highlights. So hit that subscribe button right now and let's get into it, because we have a controlled, clinical, dominant Colombian performance to break down from Kansas City, Missouri. Colombia defeated Ghana 1-0 at Arrowhead Stadium on Friday night in the final round of 32 match of the entire 2026 FIFA World Cup. And Johan Arias' composed 14th-minute finish was all that separated these two teams on the scoreboard. But absolutely everything separated them in terms of chances, possession, and attacking threat across this entire match. Colombia were dominant from start to finish. Ghana could not register a single shot on target across the entire 90 minutes. Not one. And despite goalkeeper Lawrence Adizigi producing 7 saves to single-handedly keep Ghana within touching distance of an equalizer that never truly looked like coming. Los Cafeteros march on into the round of 16 and a mouth-watering clash with Switzerland in Vancouver. Let's break it all down. Before we get into the goals and the action, let's understand what both nations brought into this final round of 32 showdown. Colombia, Group K winners, unbeaten through 4 matches, including that goalless draw with Portugal in the group stage, arrived in Kansas City as one of the most technically gifted and attacking-minded sides at this entire tournament. Under Nestor Lorenzo, Colombia had been a genuine joy to watch. James Rodriguez pulling strings from his deeper midfield role with all the elegance and vision that has defined his entire career. Luis Diaz absolutely electric down the left wing. Johan Arias tireless and dynamic in the right half space. And Johan Cordoba a constant physical presence in attack. The only criticism of Colombia throughout the group stage had been their occasional wastefulness in front of goal. They had created far more chances than their results reflected. Tonight was their chance to convert that dominance into a decisive, convincing victory. Ghana, on the other hand, had reached this round of 32 having shown real heart and resilience throughout the group stage. That dramatic 2-1 win over Croatia in the final group game, securing their knockout spot. And with Jordan Ayew, Antoine Semenyo, and Derek Lucassen in their attacking ranks, they had genuine quality in the final third. Carlos Queiroz had built a well-organized Ghanaian side capable of hitting teams on the counter. But tonight was going to test every single ounce of that defensive organization. And from the very first whistle, it was all Colombia. Ghana sat in their deep 5-4-1 defensive block immediately, inviting Colombia to come at them, trusting in Adizigi and their well-drilled defensive structure to keep the score down. And for 13 minutes it worked. Then came Johan Arias. A Colombian attack broke down on the left side. The ball was recycled quickly to the right flank, and a substitute, Luis Suarez, brought on incredibly early with an injury concern to a starter, whipped a delightful cross into the penalty area. Arias arrived perfectly at the far post, took one touch, and then guided a composed, accurate finish past Adizigi at his near post. 1-0 Colombia. Just the 14th minute. The Colombian end of Arrowhead Stadium lit up in yellow, and Los Cafeteros had the lead they had been threatening to take from the very first seconds of this match. Ghana then had to come out from behind their defensive block and try to equalize, and that is precisely the territory where Colombia were at their most dangerous. James Rodriguez was everywhere in the first half, threading passes through gaps that only he could see, creating chance after chance for Diaz and Cordoba. Luis Diaz thought he had doubled Colombia's lead just before the hour mark when he swept the ball into the net, but a narrow, agonizing VAR offside call ruled the goal out. Diaz then had a one-on-one against Adizigi moments later, and the Colombian winger could not find the finish. The Ghanaian goalkeeper was having the game of his life. His 7 saves throughout the match kept this contest alive far longer than Colombia's dominance deserved. Gustavo Puerta had a brilliant long-range effort tipped over the bar. Davinson Sanchez headed wide from a corner. Mojica had a header clawed away magnificently. Colombia were creating, and yet the second goal simply would not come. But it did not need to, because Ghana could not create a single thing of danger. Not one shot on target across the entire 90 minutes. The Ghanaian forwards, Ayew, Semenyo, Lucassen, were completely isolated and starved of any service as Colombia's midfield pressed relentlessly and won the ball back immediately whenever they lost it. Partey tried to drive forward, but was cut out repeatedly by the Colombian press. The Ghanaian wingers could not get crosses in. The striker had no service. The final whistle came with Colombia completely in control, 1-0 winners, and a place in the round of 16 confirmed. Full time, Colombia 1, Ghana 0. And while the scoreline might not reflect the full extent of Colombian dominance, 20 shots, 2.06 expected goals, 61% possession. The truth of this match was written all over the statistics. Colombia were simply in a completely different class. Jan Arias was the decisive figure with his early goal. James Rodriguez was magnificent throughout in his deeper midfield role, and Luis Diaz, despite the frustrations of the offside call and the missed one-on-one, was the most dangerous player on the pitch for long stretches. Colombia now face Switzerland in Vancouver in the round of 16 on Tuesday, July 7th. And after watching this performance, that is a match they will go into with genuine confidence and belief. Lawrence Odizigi of Ghana deserves enormous credit for those 7 saves that kept his team within touching distance right to the final whistle. A goalkeeper who gave everything and performed brilliantly in defeat. For Ghana, their World Cup journey ends in Kansas City, but the tournament has been a genuine step forward for a Ghanaian side that will return in 4 years with even more experience and quality. The 2026 World Cup round of 32 is now complete. 16 teams remain. The round of 16 begins tomorrow, and it is going to be absolutely electric. If you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button, share this video with all your football-loving friends, hit subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our World Cup content. I will see you in the next one. Let's go.